Mark here with Motoring Motivations. So here, this is one of our collection of cars that we have. This is a 2012 Mini Cooper JCW Coupe. And this one we've had about 3 years off and on. I've been working on it and modifying it as such. So we've worked with the graphics on it. Yeah, with a crazy type of, some people call it Jurassic Park. I call it a shred graphic where it's offset. So we got the JCW red mirror caps, the Mini Challenge wheels. These are 17-inch, as tinted rear window, and the rear side windows has the GP2 rear diffuser. Has the was a custom plate called ANNIL80R. That's the name of this car. It also has a carbon fiber Revo Sport rear spoiler. This spoiler is actually functional because it's still hooked into the original bottom part, where this part comes up at 50 miles an hour, goes down at 30. Well, this is bolted onto this, so it basically functions. It has a dual wing that comes up for a downdraft. It's very unique. It's made by Revo Sport. It's carbon fiber. It's real lightweight. The blacked out mini emblems, which are front and rear right here. We went with the decals for the John Cooper Works badges. Added some race and sort of an influence of aviation type of stickers with a toe, the danger exhaust. Different exhaust systems going to be put on shortly. We also have the this is a raised plastic piece that protects the rear bumper when you open the tailgate and the hatch, and that's by Mini Mania. It's a really nice piece. I like it. It's molded plastic. This is just an overview of what we have. We didn't do a detailed step-by-step. So this one also has the satin finish handle covers that we got from Way Motorworks. This also has the European split and blued mirror. So there's like a line in here. It looks like a crack, but it's actually not. On the American ones, on the right side, the passenger side, the mirror has a sort of a convex, I believe, and it sort of bulges out so you see things more. Well, in the European ones, they have that split because it does the same thing, but it actually, a driver and a passenger side, and these are like blue tinted so that the light with the high beams behind you doesn't glare you and blind you. You actually can see more in the blind spots, and it's real effective. Everyone thinks that it's cracked, and that's not. It's just part of the design. Also on this, it has a large intake scoop. This is carbon fiber. This is by Leap, L-E-A-P, and it's made so that it has a larger opening. It takes more air in. You can also note the black rings around the headlights, which are the belt line. The fog lights they're the rear. They're the daytime driving lights that have the like halo effect, round halo, and they also LED fog lights. These also have the GP2 brake colored red, chili red brake intakes. This car has been lowered slightly. It has NM springs on it. I find that the NM springs are softer initially for the daily ride, but when it starts leaning down, it actually gets stiffer than the JCW ride, so you get kind of the best of both worlds. This car I've customized a lot. The rear arches, they have LED smoke lights. It's a strip that is like a vertical strip that it's in there. It has a reflector that's smoked, and it has those, so they come on nice. So the car with the NM spring sits about 1.4 inches lower. Going to the inside, we've redone this one. I like the Rooster Red theme, which is the red accents, as you can see on the seats with leather and cloth, on the dash panels and on the arm rest. Also went with the JCW R56 mats. They have the checkered flag style. They're sort of a gray whitish and a black checkered waving flat flag pattern. Went with the Reline aftermarket brake pedals, clutch pedal footrest, and the accelerator and the red tabs on it are for the heel and toe techniques that you could use. This one also has the JCW shift knob, the carbon fiber e-brake handle. The steering wheel is a very unique steering wheel. It's a flat bottom. The JCW carbon fiber piece on the bottom, aftermarket ones to go on the sides left and right. The blacked out mini logo. This is actually suede, and it has a center stripe that's red up here. And it also has the carbon fiber factory optioned dash panels. This is an aftermarket one for the glove box. On the doors we have the factory optioned door pulls. The aftermarket ones that are on the door release lever handles. Went with LED red lights that are air free throughout in the interior. Blacked out all the gray rings that are here on the steering speedo pod, excuse me, and the AC pods, the ring that goes around the door release, the speakers. They've all been flat blacked. This one has, let's see, it's hard to see it, a scan gauge, TomTom navigation setup. That's a lot of unique things in it. This side I've been experimenting with this Reline type of pull instead of the lever. So I left one in and one out. It doesn't have a spring on it. What I notice, it tends to get stuck every once in a while. So I'm trying to resolve that. But this interior, the door panels were redone, replaced. The seats were out of a 2009 R56 Mini. Pulled them apart, replaced the tracks and the airbags, put them in, reset everything. Just has that nice look. That's a signature look called Rooster Red. I like that, and it went well with the graphics of the car. So we've also replaced these, which were chrome. We went with a blackout style. The chrome line's been blacked out. Emblem's been blacked out. And the interior here, and the interior engine things. So we have an M7 setup, air intake. That's why that large scoop is on there. So it's been straight through. So the air goes into the M7, and you can see it's a really large foam air filter, which is like oiled. So it catches, it takes a lot of air intake. I have some future plans to do an upgrade on the turbo, a few other things. So we have the IP ignition coils, the Craven Speed dipstick, the M7 heat shield. This is, I think it's JM TC TD. Anyway, it's called an ice pipe, basically. So it's like a 2¼ inch round all the way. It's got one dimple at the bottom, and it has a recessed RX piece for here for this sensor, and it has a sensor down here that's set up that you can add your methane when you get to that, if you do. Alta intake tube. Then this is a custom built piece here. This is an M7 fiberglass speed piece, very lightweight, very unique. And with this is an N14 engine on a JCW. So it has two catch cans because of the notorious problem of having issues with oil in the valve area where you have to do a walnut blast. So this is the BSH air intake. This is at the very front, where this actually is designed to suck air in. Sometimes it has a blowback and blows it out, and it goes into your turbo, which is not a good thing because it goes through and puts oil all through that, your pipe, your intercooler, your other pipe in. And there's on the N14 there's another exhaust one that comes out. So this one has been spliced. This can is by Maruso, and it makes it interesting when this came out later, after I guess the second gens, basically third gens came out, but they put this one in. This one catches it on the back side, and it has a bracket that kind of goes here, curves around like this. Very unique. So I purchased one of these for the back side to try to prevent that. But it's a unique system, and I'm still getting all the issues worked out. With this air intake, it came up so high, I had to get the I got the M7 bar, had to custom make a spacer that was 1 inch high to clear it, to make sure it goes all the way across. Then I had to grind down these angles because they hit the hood, so it was a little tricky getting it all to work. Still fine-tuning it, still trying to get it. So the future also things, it has a Helix intercooler, stepped intercooler. So there's a lot of mods done to this one. Still putting it together, but we're getting ready to prepare to both Enchantress, and this one is called Annihilator. Annihilator, take them to the minis on the Dragon for 2019, and still got to clean it up and get everything going. This one's been more or less off and on a project for about 3 years now, and we've got her up and running and basically going along. But it also has the G2 belly pan underneath, the G2 on the rear. Future mods are larger turbo, Manic Stage 3 tune, methane kit, just to get the most out of it. Very unique graphics, like I had done those myself. So we have two coupes that will be at the Dragon. This is a 2012. They're both 2012 JCW R58 coupes, just styled differently. The wheels, instead of gloss black, have been done in a flat black, and it has studs instead of the bolts. So a lot of unique things have been done to style it and also give it performance. So as I mentioned earlier, it has NM springs. It has an H Sport 25.5 millimeter bar in the back for sway. It has a TSW, used to be TSW Speedworks, but now Way Motorworks makes the X bars. So instead of Texas Speedworks, the Way Motorworks, this was an older one, a Texas Speedworks version. It's a brace, X-Cross brace that goes under the bottom. I also put on the rear subframe from a convertible so that I could use those bars to support underneath. The convertibles are set up because they don't have a roof for structural support. It also really stiffens the chassis a lot more, and you get a lot tighter handling with it. So I've done that mod also, and it has the the factory JCW brakes. We're just looking forward to getting her going. And in the background you can see a car that we had. We've sold it to our neighbor. Is the R59 Carnage. He's renaming it Wraith. And then we also have Enchantress, which is the other car that's going to be going to the Dragon with this one. But this is just to give you an overview of the things I've done with this, and what I plan to do. A few more other custom mods to make it stand out even more. But I think it's a very unique car. So if you have any questions about it, just contact Christy. Mark from Motoring Motivations. Thank you.